What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video for you guys. 2004. It's this guy, Toyota Rav 4, getting ready to do a door lock actuator replacement. The door lock actuators have stopped working, so let's get to the job. All right. So before we sit back up on the tripod, all right, let's go through everything we need. I'm gonna have to go get me a light just to have extra lighting. But you have this guy right here. It's a little door. I'm gonna go in here with a pick or something and just lift it up. Might be a little tough if you're digging with it. If not, let's get a little flathead screwdriver. And there we go. We have a Phillips behind there. Got that out the way, and it's gonna stay. So just kind of pry it back, and you'll see your Phillips head right there. We got to get that guy out. From here, we're gonna use that same screwdriver, and we're gonna start up here. Don't do what I just did. This one already got some nicks and dings on it. Let's go down in here, and if not, we'll be using a pick or something like that you want to get up in there. So I have to remove this. All right, then we got to get this guy out. We're gonna go in from here and just kind of pop up on it. And just kind of be careful. And I might need a trim removal tool, so let me get those so we can get these off and proceed on getting this guy out. Give me a second. All right, so I may or may not block the door a little bit. So we have a Phillips here as well. It's a plastic one, and let's just start popping stuff out the way after we get this out. Spin him out a little bit, grab it by the head, and should be able to slide the whole thing out like so. Sit it on the side. There, we got that out. Let's move the screw. Phillips. All right, we got that out the way. So, get out. All right, so we got those two out. We should be able to pry this way to get it out. Let's see. Working, prying it down. I think it'll pop back in on me. Oh, let's do it again. Inside. Okay, so this side over here, you might have to do it from the top. Let's do this side again down. Keep popping back in on me. Popping back in on me. All right, let's start with this one then. Come back to that one. Just hoping to get something underneath. There we go. This one may have been broken already in the back. Yep, so you got these metal guys in the back that basically rest under. This one pops up and pull it out this way. Okay, so we're just gonna take this out and sit it to the side for now. And see which way is the best way to go about that. It's a little pull tab right here. You kind of squeeze it in. And it should be able to get it out. Pull tab. All right, it's out the way for now. Let's go ahead and remove this guy. Let me get my flat head. I gotta dig it in there a little bit. There we go. Yeah, if you're running at something, just keep working and moving around. It doesn't hurt to keep working and moving. There we go. Just work your way down. That way you don't break anything. And you have two Phillips, one here and one here, to remove the actual panel itself. And then pretty much, and just pop this guy off like that. And pretty much after we remove this, the door panel pops off after these two screws. Okay, and I still got to get this guy out, so I'm gonna work with that. And let me see if I can get this to come out now. Come on, little buddy. All right, so I don't waste time. Be right back. And I don't want to waste time. I'll show you what I had to do as far as that right there in a second, but don't want to waste time. All right, looking for some help, couldn't find any. But I do know after messing with the passenger side, that you're gonna probably have to dig it down here, and the same up here. Let's see if we can get it. Almost. Alright, so we got it. See if we can pull it down. Try not to break it. It's kind of funky acting. Let's see if we can tilt it. There we go. There we go. So right down here, then down here. Slide that out the way. This one is missing a screw, so I'm gonna have to find one from the bucket. Missing a screw for this guy. Set it to the side, and let's remove these two Phillips. Just to get this out the way. And I may be getting a magnet. It's all good. Getting there, getting there. Alright, that one's loose, this one's loose as well. The tip used to be magnetic, but as you use them, they wear it out. Alright, so I'll get that out in a second. I'm having some difficulty releasing this. And I hate when that goes down like that. Might need one of these guys to push in on this tab and squeeze. There we go. There we go. So this little bracket right here, you'll be trying to squeeze this in, and you might have to get something to push this in and slide it out. So we got it out the way. Got those out. These. And they're nice and hefty. They're pretty big. So this one out. Alright, got both of those out. Everything should be out now. It's time to start popping the panel off. And I usually just start at the bottom. Oh, this one's missing some clips. Let's pop it up. There we go. And we have the old panel out the way. The whole panel is moved. Alright, so now from here, you're going to have to remove this guy. You're going to have to peel the plastic back. I'm trying to remember which way I went last time as far as the passenger side. But let's go ahead and remove our 10mm right here. Got it out the way. This is loose. Slide it back. Alright, so from here, we're going to be working on this end. So we're going to peel this way. You may or may not have a weather seal right here on yours, but if it's winter time, it's going to come off a lot easier than the summertime. It's probably about 80 degrees today, so when you're pulling this, it's not going to be too bad, but it's going to be pretty sticky. Alright, so the lock actuator is back in here. I know we got some screws to remove, and let's get this back far enough as we can. And I'm gonna try to find something. Actually, I'm just gonna flip this around a little bit. Just stick it there for a minute, hopefully. All right, so there, let's see what else we have to remove. I know we're gonna have to move this guy out the way. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I do believe. Alrighty, we grab that 10 millimeter, and give me a second, I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so we're there. Let's go ahead and remove these 10s. You may or may not have to remove one of these, but we're gonna remove the 10s. I think these are T40s. I'll show you in a second. This one, and just kind of look at your sizes when you're pulling them out. Okay, so these heads are different. This is this one here, and this one goes into the plastic, so it has more teeth. Okay, let's do this one, get it out, and this one here as well. So these are the same, these two, and these are the same, these two. One's made for plastic and the other's not. Okay, let's squeeze this in. I'm not sure if we need to. I might leave it alone for now. Alright, so let's pop these out. One down, one up. There we go. Now we have movement here. Now we should be able to start releasing these on the side over here, and then I can show you what's going on inside the door, hopefully. So let's set up over here. Alright, so we back in here. Let's get these T30s out. That's what I verified these are. Alright, let's get those out the way. Do some wiggles. Alright, so now we got movement. Now, try to get this out the way to where I can show you the next step. Alright, so from there, let's see what we got. Let's see what else we got. We might have to remove this guy as well. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. We do need to push this in, squeeze these two, slide it in like so. Now we got a little more wiggle room. We may or may not have to remove these, but I'm trying to get in here so I can show you what we do have to move. Okay. Let me look up in here, this is going to be hard to see. So, two out the way. We got this loose. Alright, so that will just rest in. Trying to feel around much as possible. I might be removing something else. Just trying to verify I don't have to. Let's see if this can move out the way now. So this is a window track right here. You're gonna have to release this with this 10. Right, so that's the same size as the other three. These guys over here. Now let's wiggle and see. Okay, so now we got it real loose. Everything looks good. We should be able to get ready to slide it forward this way. So let me grab the camera and come over so I can show you what's going on. All right, so now that we're in here, we're trying to find the door handle actuator, which is going to be way up in there. So let's slide this down after you release that. Let's get this light set up. All right, so after you release that, you're going to have this guy right here. It's movable now. It's attached to this. Let's slide this down. Should be able to slide it on down. This might be different from the passenger side, which it looks like it is. So let me get as much movement as possible, and I shall return here in a minute and let you know what I've done. All right, so if you're doing this, you're gonna have to make sure your window is all the way rolled up, okay? And then you'll be able to see your bars in there, okay? So if we move to the side a little bit, you will see up in there, those are your your lock pins, okay? One's to the door handle up in there. Let's see if I can get a better shot this way. Okay, so let's get this on camera. Okay, so this guy right here, you're gonna have to swing it this way to pop it out. And the other one in the back over here, this pink one over here, you're gonna have to pop it out. Let me see if I can reach my hand in there real quick. See if I can pop it out. Yes, I did. So I got that one broke free. Got it popped off the bar there. So now I should be able to wiggle that this way and pull it out. The other one's up here, the yellow one. So I'm getting ready to try to do that. You might need something to assist you, and you may or may not have to, but let's see if I can get to it. Let me switch my lighting around. And let's take a deeper peek. It's the yellow one up there, okay? So let's see if I can get my finger in there. Pop it, and if you can't, you might need a screwdriver or something. I think I'm gonna have to use something, but you see where that is? That guy right there. So I'm getting ready to pop it back this way, coming back towards the inside of the vehicle, and it should swing out, and I should be able to wiggle it out. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Sometimes they get stuck, so you might want to buy you an extra door handle just in case this plastic breaks, because it's so old. Not saying it's super old, but let me try to swing that out. Actually, let me get something now. Try it. I got this guy here, because you're not going to be able to see this. You might need actual screwdriver. So I do have a trim removal tool that might work. Throw that guy up in here. Let's see. Try to get some light on a good spot. Touching my light. Almost got it. So see what I'm trying to do. Be right back. All right, so I was able to get it to release. So they're both released now. The hardest one is going to be the one with the yellow to get it out. It's in there real good. The other one just kind of fell out by itself, but you really don't have to pull and wiggle on that guy. So I'm getting ready to get some needle nose pliers, because it wouldn't come out for me, and try to wiggle it out. Just be careful if you don't have a backup handle. So let me get to it. All right, so if yours is stuck, you may or may not have to do this. It's a plastic piece like that. It goes over this, okay? So the bar sits inside of here on that yellow piece in the back. Okay, let me move my light. So this guy in the back, I'm trying to get a good view for you guys. All right, so that bar right there, I'm going to try to tap on it and bring it out forward. You can see my lever is back, but I can't get to it like I want to. So this bar right here, let me stop the door from moving. So they got this piece right here, it's already free. So behind there, I'm gonna tap on that, try to get it to go in this way to knock it. I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver, because I got movement over here, but that guy will not pop out of that spot up there. So yeah, so let me tap on that. I'm gonna tap on it on the neck, like right in here with a screwdriver, and try to knock it back this way. Be right back. All right, so that did work out. I was able to wedge this in there, get it up against the neck as close as you can to the plastic yellow piece, and I just gave it a couple of taps. It came on in. So since it's done, so let's get back to the work. All right, so from there, we should be able to pull this assembly out. I tried to use some needle nose pliers to pull it, but it still wasn't coming. So just wiggle it out. All right, like so. There. And you can see how the yellow is still on there. It's got a little grease on there too, which is a great thing. So I'll just pop this off too. off as well. There we go. Sometimes the little corners break off, but all good. Smooth this on out and down. All right, so now that we have it out, just take a look around and scan. This is what we will be removing, and you're gonna want to match it up with your new one. All right, so this is the driver door lock actuator on a 2004 Toyota Rav4. I'm getting ready to show how to transfer the actual actuator. It's kind of tedious for those who haven't done it before, but this is the actual spot that it goes into over there. All right, so let's do this here and let's get started with the transfer. This is the parts number that we went with from Duralast. That's the parts number there, DLA 156. All right, so that means driver, side, front. All right, so before we do so, you're gonna have to flip this thing over in different areas. You have 3 screws. If you're at this point, you have one over on this side. You're gonna have to flip it around, okay? This is one here, it locks it in. So we're gonna take this one out first. It secures it on this side. This is the actual cover. I've had to do this thing 3 times today because I had a crappy one that didn't work. So I'm gonna remove this screw, sit it in our pan. Now we can remove this housing. And you're gonna have to slide it up and out, flip it over. Okay, you have a screw here. Okay, that one there, after you remove it, you should be able to pop it up out this spot here. Hope I got this on film pretty good. Let's remove that, because you can get confused if it's your first time. So I figured I'd make this video. So now I'll pop that out, separate it, just flip it around and look at it, and I'll just start pushing it up. Like so. Okay, so now just remember this sleeve goes in here. Make sure your metal is above it. This one just sits over here and rests, but make sure this is above this here area here. Okay, so we're gonna slide that out the way. Get that out of there. All right, so now we have access to the actuator itself. We have 2 screws, one here and one here. Okay, over here you have a ball, which actually connects to this guy. Moves it up and down, up and down. This one is a cheap one and it's not working correctly, so let's move this down some more. Now we're gonna pop this up here. Just pop it up and out. Now you're gonna lift here and slide it back. It's a little lever, I'll show you in a minute. So it looks like an L. So when you go back in, you're gonna go back this way and lock it back. Okay, so let's get it back out. And a little more wiggles. All right, there we go. So we got it back out. Now we can get this out. Let's keep this up this way. 2 screws. And you're gonna match up your part. I know this one's correct. I've done so before, so let's make sure we don't strip anything. Get some good threads. Let's get it down here. Threads. All right, so now we got that loose. Make sure this one's a lot looser than what it was. There we go. All right, so now we can get those out. That's 1, and that's 2. All right, so now just lift it up and take it out. Oh yeah, one more thing. It's a little lever right here that you're gonna, after you get it out, you're gonna go back in that same spot right there. This one here. Okay, so it's gonna go in, your ball's gonna sit inside their groove right there, and you should be good. So now that we got it out, let's get the new one. All right, so we got our new one. Remember your lever and your ball. Let's get it in the sleeve there. Let's move the ball down. And let's get it in here first. Right in there. Might be able to do the ball first. Let's try that. There we go. Let's go behind the ball this time. If I can get it to stop moving. This way. Hold this here. All right. Let's get the ball in. Let's get it in the lever. Slide it in. Let's check on the other side. Make sure our ball is in good. And we'll start putting screws in here in a second. And I'll ball is in. Got our leverage, our movement. Okay, so that's in. Now we can start putting our screws in. Let's get it lined back up. Right, so now we have it there. Flip it back over and hold it. And this is where you gotta line it up with your screw holes. Right, so now we got one showing. Let's get it here. I'm gonna be flipping this thing back and forth, back and forth. So this main thing, getting them started. At least get it started. Let's line this up a little better. You want to kind of keep it a firm grip on it so you don't move it too much. Have your ball on the other side. All right, let's get it to go in. All right, let's get this one go in. Don't tighten one before you tighten the other one. Just kind of get it close. All right, let's flip it back over. And this one need to tighten a little more. All right, so that one's on there good. Maybe not. Let's back it up some. Let's go back to this screwdriver. Trust it more. Yep. Alright, I'm going to lock these in now since we're done with this side. And let's slide this back up. Let's check our other side first. Make sure we're good and still in our groove. And everything's good. Still in our ball, still on our sleeve here. Right, so let's slide this thing back up and over. And let's work it around. Let's get it back in its place. Oh, one more thing before you do that. My bad. Let's get our sleeve back in. Gotta have this in. It goes in that pinhole right here. Let's get it in and lock it under, like so. Let's pop that back in. There we go. If you bend your wire a little bit, just kind of straighten it up. Should be good. All right. Now, got that there. Let's slide this back up now. Let's get this lined up above. Let's go in. And let's work it over. Go back, buddy. Well, this is not going to be a short now. Let's get it back in the spot. There we go. Everybody's accounted for. Yep. All right, our last screw hole. Got one more on one side, another one is missing. Let's see. Yep, right here. And you want to make sure you got them all. Right. Looks like they're all in good. Nope, not this one. Maybe going a little tighter. All right. That should be good there. Got the cover on. Make sure this one's good. And it is. Flip this back. Let's lock this last one in here. Right, so we got it transferred over. Everything should work out. All right, so let's go ahead and put it in. All right, so I know this video is going to be way longer than I intended it to be. That's because I'm going to merge some pieces to help people better. Okay, so on the way back in, You're gonna just fish it through. Fish in this first, come up through here, then get your regulator kind of set, okay? After you get it set, work your bars in on the inside, snap them back, because I know you, if you're at this point, you remember those. So just once you get it here, tighten these up first by hand, and then start working from there. Now, since we've done so, don't forget you got to reconnect your power. So we already done that. So let's pop this back in here. And I'm gonna get this light out you guys' face. I'm done on the inside there. So I'll pop these back in. This one. This is 2 and 3. Okay. 2. We're gonna stay. So we got those in now. Everybody's almost accounted for. We have 1, 2, 3 screws to do. All right, so we're gonna set these here. Don't forget about your window regulator bar that's inside here. We're going to slide it up and get it back over here to the hole. May have slid it down, and you got to kind of work it back in the spot. Oh yeah, the bar, it moves up and down. So let's see if we're there now. Not. Get hung up on something. There we go. Yep, just had to squeeze it up a little more. Our hole should be visible, and it is. 10 millimeters. Yeah, lots of 10s on this thing. Lots of 10s. Alright, so there's a 10. Let's get that one all the way in. You don't want it too tight. You just want on level 1 or something on your gun. Tighten everybody back up. Alright, those aren't going to snap. These are plastic, just screw in hole spots. Alright, now we're going to tighten these up because I'm done with that. Before we do so, let's check the power. Alright, good actuator, because the other one sucked. I think I put the parts number on there. If not, there's the parts number. And let's get on with it. Okay, so let's disconnect this once we know everything is working correctly. You might need your pick, you might not. Do that before. Take it out. There we go. All right, start getting this back up and over. So we can put the panel back. And before we do so, let's get our clips in. We got one that goes up here, one here, and we're gonna work this over after we get our plastic up. I think we folded over on accident. Yeah, we moved. Where'd I move it? That's what I did. Where's my V? There's my V. There we go. There's my V. Come back in. Scoot up. Let's get it to stick a little bit. And before we finish, let's tighten these in. Slide it on me, baby. Alright, pick this up, back in. Next to your hose. So alright, let's guide this guy back in. Get it in the sleeve. We have to adjust your wires a little bit. And we have a screw that goes there. It'll be the last 10 millimeter we have. good. All right, let's get our plastic back. Try to match it back as good as you can. It's not gonna be perfect. All right, now it's time for the door panel. Yep, just get it back as good as you can. If it's warm outside, you're better off than you're not. Okay, so now we got it in. That'll hold. No, we're just gonna take it out. Try to use some duct tape. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. All right, so now we can put our panel back on. Come on, little buddy, without hitting the camera. Grab it here, switch that through. Just work it up over the seam. There we go. Start popping everything back. All right, start putting screws back in. We have our Phillips. Right, you're gonna need a long one for these. Let's get it started. Go back to the other one. So let's get it started. Let's just tighten it out right now. Right. Alright, so I'm gonna finish this in reverse like I'm doing. We're almost to the finish line. It's locked, it's locked. Alright. Let's get our switch back in first, just to make sure we have power again. Slides in this way. There we go. Yay, we got a good one. Don't buy the cheap ones, guys. Don't buy the cheap ones. There we go. Perfecto. I like it a lot. Now I know I can finish all the way this time. So let's proceed. Should only have one screw left, and that's correct for this guy here. Goes this way. Alright, get it to pop in. After it pops in, put the screw in. And we can close our flap. Make sure we're all set. Yep. That's my bad. And you don't have to over tighten it, you'll feel it start to stop. And that's it. Pop that back in. Check the lock again. We got one more screw right here. That's the plastic Phillips. You can just push those in. It'll pop right in. Slip this dude back on. Just cover. There we go. Now we got one more cover here for the tweeter. And that's it. Alright, so we have the actuator actually working. Like that's something. But yeah, hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, please, if this helps you out on your repair. A little tedious today because we had some cheap parts, but everything worked out smooth. So yeah, to the next video. Enjoy life and love it, live it, all that good stuff. And please hit the notification if you want to see my content. And thanks for watching. I'm out.